Hey, Johnny, you may say I'm a streamer, but I'm not the only one.
The only one?
Yeah.
That
Oh, that was awesome.
was awesome. That was unplanned, too. Look at us in sync.
I know. We should imagine if we were in person. We would have been frolicking through the flowers.
If we were in person, we'd probably be just locking eyes, and then your wife would feel uncomfortable and kick me out again.
Yes, exactly. Like Mugato and his assistant.
It's our second Zoolander thing.
I know. What's up with that? We're on a Zoolander. Yeah, that's weird.
We normally don't do that. What's wrong with us?
Johnny, tell me about your streaming dreams.
Okay. So
your streaming dreamings.
Streaming dreamings in the streams. I don't know. So what I like to say is I like to stream more and watch TV more, and Jay's better at going into theaters like a normal human and watching stuff like that. So we have a big writer strike. We have a big actor strike right now, right, Jay?
Correct.
Which we support them because they're great. I don't know.
Plus, you kind of just have to at this point. It's like, really, you want to side with the corporation? Like,
yeah. We're anti-corporations. You know this about us.
Yeah.
But there are what it has given, because a lot of new stuff hasn't come out. Well, it has come out, but we won't get new stuff. A chance for us to relive some great shows, great movies that have been on for 4 or 5 months, or some that have been on for 15 years. So me and Jay wanted to spend this podcast telling you guys what you can stream TV-wise and movie-wise. Some of our recommendations and our favorites. Right, Jay?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm just going to go. I only have one movie. Everything else is TV shows. Do you have any movies that are just on streaming right now?
No. I really want to hear yours. And I even changed my background to match.
Yeah, I love it. My favorite thing about streaming, there's so many streaming sites out there. I have the luxury of only worrying about myself, so I have all of them. But Apple TV, they're really, really good, and we'll go over some of their shows, is because they don't put out a lot of stuff. So they can take time. It's not Netflix where every week they want to just throw out stuff. So they have a movie that they made, I think it dropped in April. It's called Ghosted, with our boy Captain America and Anna. I always forget her name wrong.
Anna de Armas.
Yeah, and they've done a ton of movies together.
Dude, she's in everything right now.
Yeah, and they've done, what's those movies you love with him? The Knives Out.
Yeah, I love Knives Out.
Yeah, so they've worked together, and I think this was a Chris Evans passion project because there's some cameos by Winter Soldier and the Falcon. So that was fun to see. But Ghosted is super easy, and this is what I love about streaming is you don't need to commit a lot to it. So Ghosted is a great just romantic comedy that you can watch it. You don't need to be super invested. It's an hour and a half, and you're good. Just a little escapism. Just a story about a guy who meets a girl who happens to be a CIA agent.
And can you eat Kirkland peanuts while watching it? Get up and get your peanuts?
Eat anything you want.
Our sponsor, not sponsor, is Kirkland, and I love their peanuts, so there you go.
Can we drop other fake sponsors? Doritos are really good. Cheetos.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, Sour Patch Kids.
Dude, could you imagine a Mountain Dew?
I just found Sour Patch Kids, strawberries, and peaches. Life-changing. But yeah, I really recommend it.
That was a Jack Black voice right there.
It's going to change the world. It's made by Skydance. Ghosted, which makes a lot of video games. But nights, I recommend it as, easy date night movie, or you're just wanting to watch a movie that you don't have to invest in. It's not heavy. A little light action, funny, everything you need. Little comedy, little funniness. And Captain America, Chris Evans, is not the ultimate hero. So that's fun, too, to see him kind of squirm around and be scared of things.
I love that. So that's a great streaming site. Or that's a great streaming movie.
Just a movie that's only on streaming sites, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. On Apple TV. Can you give us any other big streamers from Apple TV? We've already done some of these on the cast, like the one where his brain is split.
Severance,
thank you.
That was hard. Severance is great. One of yours and mine's little sneaky one is Mythic Quest.
Oh yeah.
Mythic Quest. It's Mac from Always Sunny. Rob McElhaney, and it's just him. I always say it's Mac working in a video game industry.
It's so funny.
It's pretty much the same concept.
Yeah, he's the best. He's such a prick at times. I love it.
Yeah, But it's really cool because it's if you're a gamer, you'll appreciate it. If you're a nerd, you appreciate it. If you just like a show with a little work drama, it's a little heavier. It's not The Office. It's a little heavier, but it's really well done. And they have 3 seasons out, so if you haven't seen it yet, Nights, you can knock out. And they're 8 episodes long, so you can knock out a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, it moves fast. That's a pretty good shameless plug for Apple TV. Yeah, so those two, which we've already talked about. Have we done a full cast on Mythic Quest?
No, the only one we've really done was Severance because it changed our lives.
Okay, TBD on Mythic Quest. We're gonna do a full cast. That's a good one.
Yeah, and there's also another one on there.
Silo.
I don't keep calling it Spyro. Yeah, Silo, which was really good too. The problem with these are, Nights, I'm going to warn you, they all have cliffhangers just like Severance, and it's going to take a proper year by the time they get back into it.
Yeah, so maybe Severance and Silo are kind of mean recommendations because they're going to end on a cliffhanger during a writer's strike.
Yeah. It's not like Ted Lasso, which ended, which you guys can watch. But it is they do set it up great, though. But Silo does have a book. If you're that interested, you can go read the books.
There you go. It's like Game of Thrones. Who reads?
Ugh. I don't even listen to books anymore.
Do you even know how to read?
No. That's
you
why I have
can't
you read it for me.
I know that's why we're friends with narrators, not authors. Hello.
Right. Read to me, Nick.
All right. One I wanted to shamelessly plug is Arcane. It's on Netflix. This one kind of ends on a cliffhanger, just FYI. But it's pretty good. Johnny and I would give this like a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like it's solid viewing. It's not going to change your life.
It's from the League of Legends, right? The video game, based
Yeah.
off the video game.
It's just nerdy fodder. It's great, you know.
Cool, and it's really different animation, right? I like the animation a lot.
Totally.
Fast story.
I love the world they built. That's I think the number one thing it has going for it. The Undercity is very much like D&D to me, like
dystopian, steampunk, right?
Yeah,
kind of
vibe. with a hint of D&D with the taverns and the magic,
fantasy vibes.
Yeah, so it's like steampunk and D&D, and that's the cool part. I don't know that I have any bads for it other than just, you know, there's something I can't even put my finger on where I just was a little bit bored at times and it wasn't keeping me going. You know, like I would feel like I was sucked in and then I wouldn't care to watch the next episode. So that would be my bad. There's some intangible something that didn't keep me going as much as I wanted it to. It
does take a hot second to get going. I think it took 2 episodes if you're not a huge follower of the game, to get going.
And they start off with some pretty good twists, and then they don't keep it up. Like you think that they're going to do some more twists, and it kind of gets a little more conventional in the last 4 episodes. So that's all we'll say about Arcane. It's worth watching. It's on Netflix. There you go. Shameless plug. I guarantee we're going to see a bunch of Arcane cosplays at... Here's my question for you, Johnny. Let's call it right now. Will we see more My Hero Academia or more Arcane cosplays? Which one do you think you'll see more of?
Anime typically wins because they're...
And it's Shoto. We've seen so much Shoto.
Yeah. I'm going to say out of those 2, it'll be that. Do you think we're going to see a lot of Barbie? I don't know. I just thought of that.
We're going to see a ton of Barbie.
Let's do a whole cast about that. Let's do a whole cast about predicting cosplay.
Yeah, that would be really fun, actually. And then we'll put on a video like we'll have it edited to where like we actually are like we have bingo. We should play bingo, cosplay bingo, and we get to fill out our own sheets.
Yeah, I love it. Nice. We're coming up with ideas while we're talking to you. That's how we work here. I don't know where you're going with that, but yes.
That was my Mugato face. For those
who are listening, Jay was giving me love eyes. I don't even know where to
go. Johnny, why don't you tell us about Smallville? Because there's people who are going to be at FanX. Like, that's a good transition. While we cosplay, there's going to be 2 people there who are very important, who are basically us.
Yeah. So Smallville is Superman growing up. He never becomes Superman, right? That's the hint that Tom Welling, who plays Clark Kent, says he's never been Superman in the show because at the end he flies, but that's at the end. But it's about Clark Kent growing up in high school and the drama and learning how to use his powers. What is really cool about it shows a dynamic of him and Lex Luthor, Michael Rosenbaum, who is one of my favorite podcasters. Yes, podcasters listen to podcasters, rarely. but he has his own podcast, which is really funny. And so Smallville is just that story of them, and it lasted like I think 10 seasons, 9 seasons. It was a lot of seasons. So it's a good long watch. If you want something long, it is early 2000 graphics, mind you, if you haven't seen it, or if you haven't rewatched it in a couple years, rewatch it. It's great. But what I really liked is you listen to that old soundtrack from 01, 05. That's what I really liked about it. I'll say that was my nerdy. When I rewatch it, I rewatch it about every couple years. Is that? But yeah, so the plug we were talking about, one of my favorite things to do, Jay, is to watch panels from other conventions or at our FanX conventions. If we can't make to it, I'll watch it later on YouTube. And Michael Rosenberg, who's Lex Luthor, has done a ton of these. And he got Tom Welling, which is Superman, to do these the past couple years. And their panels are hilarious. They have a bromance in real life, and they just bounce off each other and rip on each other in a very fun way, which is why we say they're like you and me.
It's so true. If you were to take, like, you know those scenes in SpongeBob where, like, suddenly it's very, like, kind of gross looking, like SpongeBob, like, is, like, horribly drawn and, like, he just looks awful? That's, like, what we are to them. Like, we're the horribly drawn cartoon version of them. Being Superman, of course, right?
We do.
Like, wouldn't I be Lex and you would be Superman, right?
No. It's the other way around on this one.
Oh, okay.
Lex is the more like obnoxiously funny one who is single and who is telling Tom Welling, Superman, like, dude, enjoy life, man.
Okay, I like it.
But Tom Welling is like happily married now again with a second wife, like he later on. So like you're the stable married one, and I'm the one like, dude, let's do this.
I love that. way to invert it, Johnny.
Yeah, this is the one time where I will be Lex. But the funny thing is too, but they're very interactive. They're doing a special. I think it's Saturday night. They're having their own private panel. It's like a whole thing, like, and they sell out. Like it's a big. It's after hours, so it's not a proper panel. You have to buy tickets for it. But it's something that me and Jay believe we can put our money towards for getting in for free this year.
Yeah, we're heavily debating going.
We're weighing our options.
Thinking about
maybe use our press badges and get in.
We're thinking about the possibility of possibly considering going.
That was really well done.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are riot nights. If another thing too, if there's not anything to watch, YouTube is your friend. YouTube their panels. They even have a podcast where it's Lex and him talking about the show, their experience, and how it's rare. I still find it rare when people who do a TV show together 20 years ago are still friends today.
I love it. Where would he rank amongst your Superman? Would he be number 3?
Superman, he's not too up there because he was never Superman.
If we're claiming he is, though.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I just was making it nerdy. Nerdy. Actually, he was only Clark Kentith. He got better. You could tell he was hired because he was one good-looking cat. Kind of like the Superman from 2009. I always forget his name. He was on Chuck. He was on. He's on Legends of. Anyway, super funny guy. What?
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, right? Yeah. There's that. You can tell he's not the best actor. Not like other Supermen have been. Not like our Hart Henry Cavill
or Christopher Reeves, top 2.
Right? Who did comedy so well. Yeah. Like he made a campy movie look good.
Oh, whoa! He's the best Clark Kent by far. Christopher Reeves.
He knew how to make it goofy.
And he was such a good Superman too. Imagine Christopher Reeves in today's day with like the graphics and stuff. How good of a movie you could make.
And he was on a spandex suit for crying out loud. And he still looked amazing.
He looked so good. He bulked up. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, it goes Cavill, Reeves, and then he would be my third.
Okay.
And there's only been. Yeah, the new one's not. I'm not having no faith at all in the new DC.
Superman Returns. He's like 4, maybe.
I mean, it's not. It's gonna be hard to climb up to 3, but he could. But Lex Luthor though.
It's so easy because the live action Lex Luthor is Batman.
Yeah. Well, and even that Superman, Gene Hackman's such a great actor when he was Lex Luthor, but he wasn't.
He didn't feel like Lex. Yeah, he felt like someone else. Kevin Spacey. He was okay. Kevin Spacey is Lex.
Yeah.
He's kind of a villain in real life, so it makes sense.
So it worked, right? Life imitating art. And what's really funny about Smallville Lex Luthor, and he would always make fun of, because they rip on each other, and he had this panel, and he was like, the worst part on set is Lex Luthor would have this 8-minute soliloquy dialogue, and he had to remember all these things, and they would cut to Tom Welling, and he'd be like, okay, and then walk away. He'd have this 8-minute line he had to memorize. Hardcore stuff.
Which one's the thespian?
Yeah, and then Welling would just be like, okay. And then he would rip on him for doing that. He's like, I hated you so bad.
All right, Johnny.
That's quite funny.
Before we move on, I have to ask this question. Lex Luthor from Justice League / Justice League Unlimited, the cartoon, or this Lex Luthor? Which one is higher in your heart?
He didn't last as long. I think he only got like 5 seasons in. The Smallville one, but I'm still terrified by the Justice League cartoons. Look, those cartoons were the best versions of every character they had. So it's hard for me not. Other than like Batman or Superman.
I was going to say, other than Superman, because Henry Cavill is still going to be better.
Well, even Batman, like complain what you want, but I'm drawing a blank on the Dark Knight, but he's a great Batman.
Christian Bale?
Yeah, Bale, yeah. Like it's hard to get above some of these guys, right?
Yeah. But every other one, even the Flash.
Jon Stewart, best Green Lantern, best Flash.
Not even close. Not even close.
Best Flash.
Dude, that's our shameless plug. If you have HBO or Max now, go watch.
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Oh, go watch it. It's on both. It's on both. So watch Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. They are effing phenomenal. One time, I went on a date with this girl. We broke up like that same night, and all we did was watch Justice League Unlimited. And I'm pretty sure that part of it.
Broke up with her?
I'm pretty sure she was done with me because that it was like, I'm okay.
Was she redheaded?
Was she what?
Was she a redhead?
No, kind of.
I forgot you dated a girl I worked with.
Oh yeah.
I actually saw her. Sorry, this is a total side tangent, guys, but I'll see someone I haven't seen in like 8 years, and I'll go out of my way to not say hi to them. They don't remember me either. It's a two-way street.
Right.
But yeah, me and Jay, our roots go further back than we realize.
Yeah, no, it's...
But yeah, so Knights, if you get a date and you watch Justice League and it's not meant to be, you won't marry her.
Right. My current wife will watch Justice League with me. She will put up with me.
And watch Justice League.
Yeah.
So that is true. It's one of those cartoons where it was made for kids, and when you watch it now, you're like, how was this made for kids?
Oh, I know. Some of the innuendos and like the violence or like the... Yeah.
It's deep. It's deep stories.
Yeah. There's one where this... Okay, no. Sorry. This little kid is deformed by radiation, Johnny.
And then that was so good, they made Young Justice, which is about the Titans, and that was a better version of the Titans.
Yeah.
Anyway, Knights, those are great shows to watch. And Netflix has something else. Yay. All right, that was Smallville. Back to Smallville, back to when we're going to interview Tom Welling and Michael Rosenberg. That's happening.
Okay, and since they're coming to FanX, there's a cosplay I really want you to do, Johnny. I don't think you'll do it with me, but I really want you to. I really want you to do Bob from Bob's Burgers.
Is it because I'm balding and have a gut?
No. It's because you can grow an incredible mustache.
His sayings alone.
And you have a deep voice. There are two good things about Bob: his deep voice and his beautiful mustache. Everything else, Johnny, doesn't resolve to you. But if you grew a beautiful mustache and your deep voice, it fits so well.
Knights, you probably don't remember this, but when I went to the last San Diego Comic-Con in 2019, I was thinking of a cosplay, and I wanted to do Jimmy Jr. only because A, it's easy, but B, a lot of people the year before went as Tina, and I wanted to just meet a girl with a Tina cosplay and be like, hey, we got matching cosplays. So maybe I'll do that again. Maybe I'll find my why am I drawing a blank on the mom?
Luis?
No, that's
that's the daughter. Sorry. Oh crap. Linda, yeah. They're both elves. Sorry. Yeah. Find my Linda.
I mean, it's an easy cosplay. It's sweatpants and a white shirt. Pretty much what I wear every day.
And a white apron. You need to wear the apron.
And then really bad, horrible black shoes with a hole on it.
But Johnny, you would look so good as Bob's with the big mustache and your voice. Oh.
I'd be like, I love you guys. I'm going to write down all his quotes. His quotes are the best.
That's all I'll say. I can't say anything else. But I have been super neck deep into Bob's Burgers.
Can I just say, the best quote I've ever heard about Bob's Burgers is that it's a show where the family loves each other. They don't care. They don't have money. They don't care about their stance. But a lot of cartoons, Family Guy, Simpsons, all those level tier shows, they make fun of a sibling. They don't like this. They don't do that. But Bob's Burgers, the kids genuinely all love each other. Like it's such a wholesome, funny show at the same time. So that's when that was brought up to my attention, it opened my eyes even more to how awesome of a show it was.
I know. I love that. There are times where someone's really struggling and the siblings step in and help them out. It's pretty constant that you know they love each other and they don't hit each other over the head with 4x4s or.
And they don't care, like they care that they're poor, but they make it work though, right? Like
right.
Louise will make a Christmas list and like she wants an apartment, and Bob's like, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do with these people?" And there's just nothing they can do.
And I love that, like going back to your wholesome thing. I just love that they don't bully each other because every other show they bully each other. The siblings or the parents. They make fun
of Meg. They make fun of Lisa or something, right?
Or the parents
or the dad chokes the kid.
Or the parents are Homer Simpson level dumb or Peter Griffin. Like they're just so dumb. And that doesn't happen at all in this. Like, the parents are smart. They're just, it's money to them isn't about, like, it's not really, they want to pursue their passions more than they want to be rich. And it goes into that in the show. Make sure the
kids have food and a place to live. And then they enjoy it. Our Bob's Burgers do so well, our decals. We got so many of those. That's done. And another really funny quote, again, sibling backing each other up. Louise was on the bus with Gene, and someone goes, "Your sister's the worst." And he goes, "I'm a boy." But they were talking about Tina. So just these little subtle funny things under the breath. Like Tina does the most funny quotes under the breath where you can rewatch a show 8 times, and then the 8th time you pick up what she really said.
Yeah. So there's my favorite quote of the entire show. A girl who's really mean in the show. Her name's, she's voiced by Mona Lisa.
Oh yeah, Tammy.
Yeah. She misses her cruise, and she's like, "I missed my cruise because I was getting lip gloss." And Luis goes, "That's lip gloss? I always thought you just finished eating a rotisserie chicken."
They, in the words of the youth, they have no chill.
So if you are not wanting to commit to a whole new show, I would just recommend you watch like funny clips of Luis or of Bob or whatever. Just watch some funny clips of it on YouTube or even some shorts. And then that'll lead to the funny clips. And then that'll lead to watching a couple episodes. The Halloween episodes are so good.
So well done. Again, they don't have money, so they make their own costumes, but they're so funny.
So funny.
Tina one time was a mommy mummy. So she had a little doll. She's a mom, but she's with toilet paper as a mummy.
There's one where she's a none of your business. So she's dressed up as a nun, but the nun has like a briefcase.
It's just clever.
I love it. And Luis's are always like super dark. Like one year she's the guy from what is it? No Country for Old Men.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The like serial killer guy. And the dad's like, "You haven't watched that, have you?" Because she's like 8.
She watches Game of Thrones. Like, "You haven't seen Game of Thrones, have you?" "No," but she quotes it verbatim.
Yeah. She threatens a man with John Wick, telling him that she's going to John Wick him. Yeah. Again,
it's a show like no other else. And I remember they would Family Guy like 9 years ago when they did their full their multi-universe where it was Family Guy and Simpsons, and then the Family Guy joked that they had to carry Bob's Burger for ratings. And then 2 years later, Bob's Burger wins an Emmy, and the other show hasn't. So
I love it.
And they make fun of it now. Even Family Guy is like, "Do you have time for us?" He's like, "Oh, I'm actually really busy." Because he's voiced on Family Guy. He voiced there a lot. I always forget his name, but he's funny.
And he's also Archer.
Yeah, and that's his voice, though. He doesn't change his voice. That's just his voice.
Yeah. Did you know he's in Parks and Rec, too?
Yeah. He's the
city's lawyer.
He's
you're so smart, Johnny. Johnny, you are so effing smart. I don't know. You were just like batting 100.
I've been a fan of Benjamin, I forget his last name, for a very long time. He was in a show called Home Movies, which is an Adult Swim cartoon. Back in my day when they would play at like 11 p.m. at night, it was just what Family Guy was, but it was just on Sunday later at night because Fox wouldn't run them. So I've been a fan of him for a while.
Yeah. Watch Bob's Burgers on Hulu.
On Hulu. Yeah, I was going to say something else, but no. I mean, Apple Plus, you can buy everything, or Amazon, but stream it on Hulu.
Yeah. A lot of these, yeah. Yeah, it's so true. These
If you have the trifecta, I mean, most people have Netflix, most people have Amazon and Hulu, but Apple's coming in with Ragers because it's coming in pretty big. I have Paramount Plus, and it's been doing really well. They have the deleted scenes. If you have Paramount, Peacock. Paramount Plus is great too. They have a lot of Star Wars, Star Trek stuff. But Peacock has something called, and I used to send you random clips of it, the deleted scenes of The Office. But they merge it together, super fan episodes. It's an extra 7 minutes, which is a long time in a 22-minute clip. But they put it seamlessly. It's like watching a whole new series.
I'll have to watch it, honestly. That sounds pretty amazing.
It's worth it. They had a deal, too, where it is commercials, but it was $20 for the whole year. Which is cool.
Maybe the worst financial decision any studio has ever made is firing Steve Carell from The Office. Like,
did they fire him? I thought they just didn't want to. I thought he had other stuff to do.
But they just a fire is the wrong term, but it just sort of was like a mutual parting ways because they didn't want to pay him enough. So it wasn't a firing. Like, they still wanted him, but they were paying him like $200K an episode, and they didn't want to do it anymore.
What?
Yeah, he was too expensive.
Yeah, but
dude, worse. Like, Annie up. Yeah, no, you want another $100K? Like, this is the most watched show of all time.
They were dumb with The Office. I mean, it almost got canceled. If it wasn't for before Apple TV, you could buy stuff on iTunes, and iTunes is what saved The Office because people would buy the episodes, and then it made enough money for them to get a second season. So, again, corporations, these people who decide what's good and what's not good, I don't get it.
Yeah, selling 3 for $1 for Tostitos chips. What's wrong with them? These corporations.
What's going on? What the F is this?
What is this world? Johnny,
censor that one bad, but that's a funny meme.
Speaking of corporations, there's one final show we want to talk about. Do you remember what it is?
Give me the segue.
So, like The Office, right now it is the number one most watched acquired show of all time. It is super highly rated. It is about men wearing...
Mad Men.
Not Mad Men.
I know. It's Suits.
Suit Riot.
Yeah, Suits came out on USA back when USA had great shows like Psych and Monk and all that. Back when they tried White Collar. Anyway,
Burn Notice.
Burn Notice. Oh, I love Burn Notice.
We should do it. We should do a USA cast sometime.
Dude, we should. I was the only one that would watch Royal Pains, and I loved it.
Royal Pains. He was the doctor.
Yeah, such a great one too.
Isn't Feinstein in it? Not Feinstein.
Yeah. No. His brother kind of looks like him, but it's not.
Who's the the Foz?
Oh, he is. He's there. You're right. You're right.
That's not Feinstein though. That's
the Fonz. That's right. I was thinking of John Ralphio, but you're right.
Yeah, no, his dad.
Yeah.
Saperstein.
You're right.
Dr. Saperstein.
It is his dad. I'm pretty sure.
It is. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, it's his dad. The thing is, Suits. So Suits came out, and I know everyone wants to talk about the former Duchess, Meghan Markle. That's not why it's big. I read a whole article about how it's just nothing's out right now. So people are rewatching these shows that were great, but now they have access to it because it's not on some weird streaming site. It's 8 seasons long, I think, right? It's cable. So it's 13 episodes this season. Don't quote me on that. Hour long.
Between 13 and 20 usually is the...
Yeah.
Okay, Johnny, give us a good, a bad, and a nerdy. Or give us a whole synopsis. I don't know, Johnny. You take over.
I'm not too good into it. I do know my sister was more into it than I was. The good is, again, the banter. The banter is really funny. I used to buy her swag, and it's one of the lawyers, the one who wants to be... It's the bald one. I forget his name, the one with the big nose. And he goes, let's light him up. Anyways, it's like what he's known for, so I got her a mug for that. Or I'm lit up. Something with lighting and lit. But their dialogue's really good. Good fast pace, and it's the type of intelligence where you have to pay attention enough to know what's going on, but you don't need a law degree to get it.
Right.
It's pretty much what Jeff Winger's wife thought he was going to be after Community.
Right. What I love are the actual suits.
Someone tried to tell me about it, and I only knew that he name dropped the suit, and I only knew because of the show at work. It's like, yeah, I forgot the name, but it clicked in, and I was like, oh, yeah, I know that one. Like, dude, I got $100 suit at Macy's before These are the half of the price of my Tacoma, for crying out loud.
I would love to have one of those suits, like a really nice... Like, these suits fit them so well. You gain 5 pounds, it's not fitting you anymore. The dress on this show is immaculate.
I wear sweatpants to work, so I don't need to worry about it. But you have to suit up sometimes, don't you?
Not really anymore. I work from home now pretty much all the time, so no
But
suits
when you
for
did,
me. When I used to have to, yeah. So, but
that is true. The suits are. Was it Abed? No, it sounds like an Abed comment. The suits are actually the story of the show Suits.
it does sound like Abed.
Right? There's something like that I remember reading it. It could have been someone saying Abed made the joke, but he didn't. But it's something like the Suits tell its own story sometimes. So I thought that was really cool.
That is cool. I do like too that. So it's basically like a drama surrounding lawyers, and lawyers are the worst people ever. But
the worst.
But these ones are entertaining to watch. They still are kind of crappy, but it's pretty entertaining.
Chaotic neutral.
Very chaotic neutral. Yeah,
they're not good.
They're not good, but they're not evil either. They're just whoever's going to pay them. I love the chaotic neutral. Maybe because lawful's not even right because they don't even really follow the law. They bend it.
They find ways around the law.
Yeah,
right? But it is the law though. I mean, those are the rules.
Chaotically lawful neutral.
Is that it? We just made it. That's I was gonna say maybe if we go lawful chaotic. That doesn't even work. None of these work. Lawful bad. So lawyers. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the worst. I was gonna ask you this, Johnny.
You know any good lawyer jokes?
No. Do you?
What do you call a bunch of lawyers in a bus?
What?
Oh, crap! What was it? What do you call? I was trying to make the Michael joke. It's about lawyers. It's like lawyers falling off a cliff, a good time or something. I butchered that one.
Buzzkill Johnny.
Don't get edited out. But yeah, I had to put an office joke on this one.
If you had to choose between Suits and House, which one would you say you like more?
House, maybe.
Okay.
Barely.
They kind of have the same vibe, don't they?
They do.
A little bit. Super well done shows taking place. There's all about these genius lawyers, creating loopholes, and this one's all about a genius doctor. So
I like just the clackback from Dr. House though. His
dude, he's the ultimate in burns and not caring.
Yeah. What is it
no consequences.
What am I thinking of? Apathy, lack of apathy. Anyway, he just doesn't care.
He's apathetic.
Apathetic, yeah. His the way he just approaches things. It's just it was cool.
Yeah. I love it. So give us real quick, let's rank these movies these shows and Ghosted. These streaming ones. I want to rank them from out of 10. So give me a rank for Ghosted.
Solid 7.5.
7.5. Arcane.
8.
Okay, 8. Bob's Burgers.
10.
10. Oh, that's a rookie score, Johnny.
Yeah, I love Bob's though, man. I'd give it an 11 score. If I could.
Okay, I'll give it a 9.9. Smallville.
There's stuff that I spend a lot of money on a year, and Bob's swag is something I spent money on.
And you're fighting me on cosplaying as Bob?
I'm not fighting you as that. You just know I gotta represent our brand.
Okay, I love it. Smallville.
See that one? It's
adjusted for time. Adjusted for time.
Yeah. Overall, I'll give it an 8.2.
Very good.
Because I rewatch it. Anything over 8, I rewatch.
Okay, and then Suits.
I haven't finished it yet, but I got a good 7 on it right now. Where are you at on those that you've seen?
Suits. I haven't finished either. I've just watched a couple episodes. For me, it doesn't really do it as much as you might think. 6.5, 7.
Right. Yeah.
Smallville, that's one I'm embarrassed to say I never got into growing up, and so now going back and watching this old of a show that's very episodic, it's kind of been hard for me.
It's hard. What, you have to get to season 7 till it gets good.
I love clips from Smallville, so if it's just the idea of Smallville, I would give it a 7.5. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Bob's Burgers, I think I already did this one. 9.9. Ghosted, I haven't seen yet, and then Arcane, I already did. I think I gave it an 8.
Nice. So, and what do you give Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
I would say I really liked the first seasons. I kind of got tired of it at the end. That last
season shouldn't count. I'm with you on that. It's a 7 with that last season. Take away that last season and 9-9.
Yeah, really exactly. It's a I would give it like an 8.5 or a 9 without the last couple seasons even.
Yeah.
It just wore out its welcome for me.
He's got too much on a pedestal. But yeah, Knights, tell us what you're watching right now. Let us know if there's something we need to watch. Let us watch about. And then again, throw comments on cosplay. Let us know. There's a subscribe button I heard on YouTube. Hit on that bad boy. How the YouTubers do it. They have the clicky subscribe. Hit the alert. Eyes, yeah, nose, heads and toes.
Subscribe. I don't know. That was dumb. That was a stretch.
We'll edit that out too. A lot of editing this one. Yeah, Knights, tell us what you do. Did we miss something? There's 3 or 4 on Apple alone that I know I missed. Foundation just dropped the 2nd season. That's a space novella. Let us know. You guys watching stuff? There's a ton of stuff on Paramount. Like I said, they have so many Star Trek stuff, and it's not as exploration. It's more in depth. Let us know what you guys are watching.
Yeah, and we will catch you on the
Floppity flip.
Nice. Way to invert it.